Have you ever read the nutrition label on barbecue sauce? This is a bottle from my fridge, and I'm horrified at what I see. The number one ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. You know, that thing we're all supposed to avoid? But it doesn't end there. Farther down the ingredient list, you see regular corn syrup and sugar. All of this adds up to 17 grams of sugar in 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. Well, if you're like me and need to control your sugar intake, you'll be happy to know that today I'm going to show you how I make my own low sugar barbecue sauce. This is essential for me during grilling season, which it now is, and I love it on chicken and ribs and pretty much anything grilled. So let me show you how it's done. Now the key ingredient here is a brown sugar substitute that's sugar-free. I'm using the Truvia brand today. And then the other dry ingredients are some garlic powder, onion powder, and some chipotle chili powder. And then my wet ingredients I'm going to put right in this small saucepan. It starts with 1 can of tomato paste, an equal-sized can of water, and then some apple cider vinegar, some Worcester sauce, and also a little bit of molasses. Yes, there's sugar in molasses, but you can't beat the taste in barbecue sauce. I also like to add a little liquid smoke and some prepared yellow mustard and just kind of whisk those together at first. There's no heat yet. I'm just kind of whisking this to get it to start mixing together and incorporate especially that tomato paste because it can be so chunky. And then I'm going to add all those dry ingredients right in here and then give it another little whisk just to start dissolving all this together before I move it over to the heat for the real work to begin. But you can see this already looks kind of well incorporated. So then we'll move it over to the heat and heat this on about medium heat. Just kind of keep it gradually heating, whisk it every once in a while, and bring it to a full boil. Once it's boiling, you can then reduce the heat and have it simmering and let it simmer for 15 minutes. At the end of that time, you'll see this is a nice and thick sauce, still bubbling just a little bit. We'll give it one more little whisk and remove it from the heat. And then this sauce is ready to transfer into a jar. I use this pint-sized jar, and as you can see, I will pretty much fill it up. And then cover this and stick this in the fridge. This will give the flavors time to fully develop. It'll cool down the sauce, and it'll become even thicker with being cooled down. So then at the end of that time, you can see this is a nice thick sauce. It is ready to brush on your grilled meats. You can also use it on the side. I like to put a dollop on the side of my plate to dip my meat into while I'm eating. But today I'm going to use it to brush on some chicken. So I'm going to transfer some to this little container so that it's easy to transport out to the grill. And then brush it on my grilled chicken as it's getting very close to being done. I don't put tons of it on my chicken just because I prefer a light amount of barbecue sauce on my chicken. But as I said, I like to have a little bit of it on the side of my plate for dipping, and it works very well for that as well. So if, like me, you are looking to reduce the sugar in your diet, I do hope you give this barbecue sauce a try, because if you do, I know you'll love it. Enjoy.